Dear quilty friends, you know we're always having fun out in Brenda's Quilting Studio. Let me back up here and show you this All Stars quilt. Love the color on it, so soothing. Nice combination there. Let's pull it out so you can really see what's going on right there. Sweet size, 65 by 80. Now, let me tell you a couple of different things. One is she brought me batting, but she didn't bring me quite enough, and both of us knew that. We had measured it, and we know what the situation is. So this is how far the batting is going. As you can see, it's a little more than halfway. So I've laid out the batting in this fashion. I'm going to cut this section off, and in discussing it with her, I'm going to add some of my own batting down in this section down here. So I'll be doing the Frankenstein batting. I'm telling you, friends, nobody is going to know. The design I'm putting on it is my beautiful feather paisley. Look at that, gorgeous. It's just so sweet. It's so soft and feathery. And that is going to absolutely cover up every bit of the seam where these two come together. I overlap my batting if I have to do this. I'm very careful with it, and I promise you nobody is going to know the difference. Once you get bound, it's going to just zip right in there. So that was something that happened. She knew she didn't have enough batting, but she wanted to bring what she had, and that's great. We're going to make it work. I'm going to add some of mine in there, and it's all going to turn out just fine. So I appreciate that. I've shown you the design I'm putting on it. I'm doing it in the pine tree color of thread. Great design, design and color to be able to add to this. Let's talk a couple other things right here. One is, if you have threads coming out of the top of your quilt, frequently I get quilts like this many times. And so many of my sweet clients are so apologetic that they have pieces on the top of their quilt. You know what? It happens. It's fine. We're quilters. We're sewers. It's wonderful. So what I will do is I will gently grab the thread, and if it comes out easily, then I will pull it aside. And if it doesn't come out easily, then one of two things is going to happen. So see, that's coming out really easily. That's really nice. If it seems to be stuck, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to gently pull with my fingers or my tweezers that I keep right here. Or if it does not come out easily, friends, what I'm going to do is clip it with my little snippers. And so along the way, I'm going to be handling a lot of these different threads that are coming out for you. So that's something that I'd love to offer over here at Brenda's Quilting Studio, is I like to make sure that your quilt is going to turn out as excellent as possible. And part of that means taking care of these extra threads. That's not going to pull out. I'm not going to pull too hard. If it's not going to come out, I'm just going to gently clip it like that, and that's going to turn out just fine for us. Very nicely done. When you are doing your pressing, be sure to press the back of your quilt nicely. You know that the better pressing you do, the better your quilt is going to turn out up here on the quilting bed. But secondly, you really want to press the front as well. If you don't press the front of your quilt, there can be areas of overlap where the front is just not pressed over enough, and that can cause the quilt to overlap when the stitching is going across. And that's not what we want to have. I want your quilt to have the best possible option of turning out amazing. Also, when you're doing your borders, what do you want to do? You want to measure like 3 different places in the center of the quilt. Add those together, divide by 3. You're going to cut your border first and then attach it on each side and pin it in the middle and a little bit more, and then start stitching. And I call it force to fit. Like you're going to force the quilt to fit to the border. You're not just going to cut a long strip and just start stitching it along, because when that happens, you're going to end up with a wavy border. And then sometimes if we have a little bit of a wavy border, what I end up doing is taking small gentle tucks in it right here. Now you can see that's going to be just fine. It's not going to cause a problem because the stitching is down here. It's going to be great. When she turns it off and puts her binding on, that can relax into it and the binding will cover it up. But I do want to let you know that's an option that you want to be aware of, is definitely making sure that you're prepping your border correctly. And if you need help, let me know. I'd be happy to share in the comments how to do that. You know, when I'm talking about borders and you're putting them together, attaching them at the diagonal like this, your eye is going to move much more smoothly over that than a big old straight cut. So be aware of that. I know that's quite a few tips in one video. This one's a little longer than some others, but I hope you've gained a little something. Let me know down in the comments if any of those things are helpful. And if you have any other ideas, I can talk about a lot of things in relationship to quilts. Have an amazing quilty day.